Hey guys, so we are reacting to Varun Maya today, and just as a legal disclaimer for the video, that these are just opinions, not facts. I'm not trying to portray him in a bad light, nor am I trying to say that he isn't who he says he is. I'm going to provide additional context on his videos about career advice and AI development and software development. And that's the portion that I'm going to focus on. Varun has created so many videos ranging from distribution companies to finance sector to just general videos like what is the right age to get married and lots of other valuable content on his channel. But given that that's not my expertise, I'm going to focus on the videos that he has targeted towards software developers, AI development, or career advice. If anything, I respect Varun Maya as a content creator. His usage of VFX in his videos is very clear example on how he is a banger content creator and he puts out great content that is entertaining to watch. But when it comes to software development or AI development or career advice, just in general, targeting software engineers, which is what my expertise is, I feel like it's my responsibility to jump in and constructively criticize some of his opinions and provide additional context for the betterment of students. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't hate the guy, obviously. So with that out of the way, let's begin. I tried doing my regular style of videos where I would play a certain clip, then I would react on it, and I tried doing that over 3 times, but it did not work. Because most of the things that he says, I ended up agreeing with. Most of it. There are some things that I disagreed with. However, it's kind of difficult to do my regular style of reacting. So I'm going to be doing a thumbnail and I'm going to be showing you which video I'm reacting on and I'm going to place my thoughts on it. So just for you as viewers, you should go and watch his videos to get the context of the things that I'm talking about. And most of his videos are in English, so it's easy for my audience to understand what he's trying to say. So the first video that we are going to react to is his video that is titled I ranked 2024 fresher jobs. And before I even say anything about the topic, I would like to discuss the idea of it in the first place. And that is problematic. That is an invitation to criticism. That is a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Because no matter what you say, no matter what tier you place any job in, you are going to get backlash. And the reason we don't see other content creators make these type of videos is because it is very acceptable and it's very widely known that each job position holds some dignity to it. There is a certain sense of pride and honor when somebody picks up a domain and gets a job in it. And looking at somebody, even a content creator who's just on YouTube talking about his opinions, is going to hurt the sentiments of those people. Think of it this way. Why don't we tier job positions like garbage collector or a peon or a cobbler? Why don't we do this? It's because these job positions have dignity to them. The people that do this have a certain sense of pride. And there is an honor to doing these type of jobs. Somebody has to do it, right? So we don't choose to shame them, and you shouldn't either, which is something that I feel very strongly about. You should never disrespect retail workers or waiters in our restaurants or job positions like those because they already go through enough. So the least that we could do is not hurt their dignity. And that's what happened with this video as well. He very much prefaced that Reddit is going to destroy him by saying this.
Next, this is the role that Reddit is going to slaughter me for, but let's take it on anyway. It's a full stack developer.
And oh boy, Reddit was pissed. People started hating him, people started throwing comments at him, like I did. I commented on the video saying that bro put full stack developer at C grade, bro just lost all credibility to talk on the topic, don't be like bro. And I did not want myself to sound aggressive and act like I was offended. I was, but on the comment section, I didn't want to sound like that. So then Varun says that you should have watched the whole video. And that's where it hurt more. The womp womp sound that he played for full stack developers is where it feels deliberate. Because if you watch the whole video, you will find out that no other job positions were given that womp womp treatment. It was only the full stack developer position that he did that for.
But is it a good job role in 2024? My answer is, let's find out, is
So it feels targeted. It feels very deliberate. that he on purpose chose to piss off people in the full stack developer position. And let's forget the people who have jobs in these positions. Maybe they don't even care. But let's talk about the students. So somebody who is sitting in BTech first year computer science and they want to be a full stack developer when they graduate, they're going to question their entire 4-year journey in their heads, thinking like my favorite content creator just went on camera and told me that I'm a C tier guy. And no matter how many times he said that these tiers don't mean anything, this doesn't mean that one job position is better than other. So why tier it? That's my question. If none of the tiers mean anything, why choose the letters S, A, B, and C? And why play the womp womp sound? It communicated to people that he thinks that full stack developers are C tier positions. That's what it did, even if he didn't mean to. And that's what the reality I want to discuss. People are going to take offense anyway, because this whole idea of tiering jobs where you are hurting somebody's dignity, it's mind-blowing. This is why you don't see other content creators do it, because they are very aware of the backlash that they're gonna get, which is what makes me think that maybe he did do this on purpose. Maybe he did want to piss us off to get engagement, but that's just a speculation. I'm not trying to insult the guy. And if you take a look at the final results of the tiering, you will see and you will notice this is how a boss sees his corporate structure, where he puts sales at the very top and then content creators and in A tier, and B tier is UI UX designers and product managers. And at the very end, he puts full stack developers or VFX artists or actors in the C tier. This does not mean for a full stack developer, if you are studying for it, that you are below anybody. It doesn't mean that. The perspective that I got from this video was how a CEO interacts with different sectors of his company. So let's say a sales executive, right? CEOs and sales department almost work like this. They almost work like this. The CEO constantly stays in touch with the sales department because obviously the CEO wants to know how much we sold in the last month or last week or whatever. And when it comes to, if we drop down the tier, let's say content creator, content creators are like a side hustles for companies. Content creators help the companies to get the word out of the company on their YouTube channels where they have subscriber bases. So a CEO would care about the sales department, the first thing, and then they would care about the influencer side and the content creator side. Then the CEO cares about the UI UX designers and the product managers, because they are the ones that give a visual representation of what our project is going to look like and what the direction of the project is going in. Product managers lay out the roadmaps. They tell the CEO what would be beneficial for the company, what the features should be built that generates profit. Product managers are the ones who work with customer support team almost exclusively to find out what customers are saying about the product that the company is building. So CEOs work with UX UI designers because they get a visual representation of the product, and they work with product managers. But when it comes to the C tier, according to Varun, CEOs don't work with these people one-on-one. They usually delegate their task to a manager and they ask them to take care of development or VFX or any other content writer, let's say. So when it comes to the C tier, CEOs don't really talk to these departments. They don't really work one-on-one with these departments because they already know what the app is going to look like. So they delegate these tasks to managers, B tier. And the CEO doesn't need to know the internal complexities of the systems. They don't care about these things. They just go off into talking to sales or marketing or other aspects of the business, right? This is what made me feel that his perspective was towards the different job positions. And this is something that I did call out in the comment section, that why play the womp womps? So as a content creator, is he not allowed to say his opinions? Yes, he is. But I think it's a very realistic thing to think that what your content is going to do to people. And full stack developers, the numbers are huge in this area. There are so many graduates that graduate every year. So if you tell them that they are C tier, it's going to affect their decision making. It's going to fill them up with insecurities and they will think that, oh shoot, my favorite YouTuber just called me a C tier employee. Did I make the wrong decision? And that isn't feasible. Even if we talk about supply and demand, it's not feasible. It's not a good idea to do. So that's the takeaway from this video. It's not a good idea to tell somebody that you are C tier, you are S tier, you are A tier, or just comparing in general that, oh, you are sales, then you are better than full stack developers. We shouldn't do that. because you are hurting the dignity of people who are in these job positions anyway. I'm not trying to, this is just constructive criticism. I'm not trying to go after him or portray him in a bad light. I'm not trying to do that. Next thing is his obsession with AI development. And it would make sense that he is obsessed with AI, given that he placed his bets on AI and it paid off for him. And he's gotten to a position where he doesn't even have to be in front of the camera. He can just use an AI generated avatar of himself and he can just produce shorts where he gets 25 million views. But sometimes I find him crediting that success to AI development, where he says that because he rode this wave of AI development, that's what got him the success. And I kind of find it a little strange. It's like saying that this video is a good video because I wore a blue shirt. Like, it's not nearly in the same category. From my opinion, just my opinion, the success that he got is because of the content that he was putting out. It's great. The topics that he covers, which is very trendy, latest tech news that he covers, will get views anyway. If I did that, I'll get the views. If you did that, you'll get the views. Because people are interested in latest topics, what is happening in the tech sector and things like that, right? But crediting it to using an AI avatar and saying that this is the only reason you got success, I find it a little strange. Because, okay, I'll be honest. When I was going through his shorts content, I thought that he was there. It did manage to fool me. I did think that this is Varun. Obviously, that's what my assumption would be. But then I opened up the comment section and I saw a comment that said, this is AI generated. And it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. I started thinking from a content creator perspective, right? And this is what my opinion is, right? I never thought of content creation as something that I have to put myself on camera. I never thought of it like that. In fact, I see it from a perspective that I get to put myself on camera. This is what I like about content creation, that I get to put myself on camera. I get you guys to see me and what I'm saying. These are the things I like about content creation. So I cannot imagine the mindset that goes into, let me just delegate to an AI generated avatar. His choice, obviously it is his choice. I'm just placing my opinion on it. So the next video that we are going to react to is the career advice for a world after AI. And in this video, he talks about AutoCode Pro, a tool that he created to generate Google Chrome extensions. And this is a business question that I want to discuss, not specific to Varun, but to any AI company out there that uses ChatGPT models in their systems or any other models to generate output, right? Let's say that you are a business in the AI development space, and you created a tool that uses ChatGPT models to generate something, let's say a Chrome extension, and your tool gets really popular. You are able to monetize it and you are able to rake in the profits. Does that not sound risky? Because if OpenAI sees it and they want to create their own tool to generate Chrome extensions, doesn't that place the risk of you getting replaced by the very company whose service you integrated in your system? This is what happened to Apple. How certain companies provided use cases for Mac OS, Apple saw it and they integrated it in their own OS and killed off these companies. And this is a question that freaks me out when I think about starting a company on the AI development space. I create a company, I go viral, I go popular, OpenAI sees it, creates a competing tool integrated into their systems, and my company is no more. This is something that needs discussion. This is why the pushback happens. This is where the risk taking in the AI space is problematic. Because when you sit down and you think about starting a company in the AI space, this question will eventually come up. So taking a risk in the AI sector is immense. You find yourselves in a position where you are praying to God that OpenAI doesn't see your progress, doesn't see the profits that you are raking in. Otherwise, your entire existence is threatened. Okay, so let's talk about AutoCode Pro as a tool. And the problem that I find with these tools trying to make it in the AI space is that they contain the same problems that the native API that they are using. Let's say that you put in a prompt where ChatGPT itself got the answer wrong and it gave it to you. Who do you blame? Do you blame the AutoCode Pro tool or do you blame the ChatGPT integration? And this is where it kind of falls apart, where you are not even able to debug the application yourself. Because what if I use the application and I get an error? and I am not even able to reproduce it when I'm talking to the customer support team. A problem there. And the next is the usage, where he showed a simple joke generator. And that's the question I want to ask. Do people pay for software developers for them to create joke generators in the real world? They don't. The requirements are very complex, and the AI systems is not even close enough to a stage where we could feed it an entire set of requirements and it would spit out an efficient, bug-free, very robust application, Chrome extension. It's not there, and it won't be. Because when we talk about software development, I think it's very diluted down. It's very boiled down to just, oh, just software developers just write apps. Like, we don't just write apps. That's not the entire thing that is software development. There are efficient solutions. There are good solutions. There are optimal solutions. Sometimes we have to make a choice between tech stacks. Sometimes we have to factor in the budget that we have. Sometimes we have to factor in what the customer is asking for us and how much they are willing to pay for it. All these things go into that. When a client arrives at a software company asking for a software to be built, we have to sit with them extensively to find out what their budget is, what the tech stack, what kind of requirements they have, what kind of user base they're expecting. All these things go into consideration. And that's when solutions get created. This is why software development is expensive. Even to this date, it is. The cost is not going to be zero, because so many problems I have discussed with AI already in my past videos right here. You can watch them. And the same issues do exist with tools like AutoCode Pro as well. Varun should have displayed a very complicated example rather than choosing just a joke generator to establish some kind of trust with this audience that our tool can do something that other tools can't. Okay, so not specific to Varun. These problems are still not getting answered. And if you watch a video by Melky, where he highlighted that Microsoft GitHub Copilot just destroyed Cursor. So I put a comment on that video as well. That destroyed how? What is it that they have done? There are no benchmarks. The pricings don't make sense. You have to pay $1 for every 1,000 tokens. Like, what does that mean for customers? If anything, the pricing should be very simple, but it isn't. It's very ambiguous. You cannot determine your cost of operations if you go on a pay-as-you-go model. You can't estimate that. You cannot estimate in an AutoCode Pro tool that somebody doesn't even prompt the AI with a Chrome extension at all. What if they put in something else entirely, the tool broke, and now you are not sure who to blame? Do you blame ChatGPT or do you blame AutoCode Pro? This is some of the problems that I find, along with the question of your business getting evaporated if OpenAI sees that you are making good progress with your product. There is a video by MKBHD that you can watch about this topic, the Apple ecosystem problem. Now let's talk about Varun Maya as a CEO. And most of his opinions that he says, it gets tainted. It gets tainted in a way that a CEO is telling this to us. So he found his success in AI development. He created a company called AEOS and he is making good profits. And that's good for him. He deserves it. Whoever works hard deserves the results. That's for sure. But when you come on camera to tell advice to people and you tell them you should do this or you should do that, people are going to see who the advice is coming from. I'm a software developer. So the advices that come out of me, people are able to judge that, yeah, this guy himself is a software engineer. So we can decide whether to take him seriously or not. And the same thing happens with Varun as well, that he passes off as hate. It's not the people that's hating you. I think Varun has found his success in AI, which is good for him. But when he comes on camera to tell other people that they should go for AI, that's when these questions pop up. That the YouTuber that we are watching is a CEO himself, and he's telling us this, which is the same thing as a washing machine company urging people to not wash their clothes by hand. Because why would they? They are a washing machine company. Obviously, they are going to tell people to buy the company product so they can, offload the task to them and the company makes a profit. I think that's where the major issue is with Varun. The content that he creates, the opinions that he gives is mostly correct. It's mostly correct. I agree with him on so many things that he says. But when the advice that he gives out on his YouTube channel to students community and active job seeker community, it gets tainted because people see it as an AI bro trying to hype up AI technology. The same way that crypto bros and NFT bros were trying to hype up the technology, and then it faded out, and now nobody even talks about them except Ubisoft, who released a NFT-based game, which is like, oh my god, that's another thing. But this is the unfortunate reality. You mean good things for the audience that you are talking to, but they criticize you instead. They see who the advice is coming from. And if you tell me that Sid is another content creator asking us to not listen to Varun Maya, it's not what I'm saying, but I accept the criticism. I fully accept it. I don't want you guys to go on his channel and start spreading hate. I don't want you guys to just criticize him personally or anything illogical. Present your logic and arguments to him, because that is your right, and try to have a conversation on what is right and what is wrong. So at the conclusion of the video, he is a very good content creator. You should listen to him. You should question his opinions the same way you should question my opinions on him, because that's for your own betterment. You shouldn't take content creators' word for granted and just make career decisions out of that. That is something I'm very against on. Because when I made a community post about Varun Maya asking my subscribers if I should react to him, one commenter told me that he was fearful of easy snippet and I debunked him, so he wants to know about Varun Maya the same way. And I did point that out, that the inherent problem with the people, the students community, is we take content creators' word for granted. And it should not be like that. You shouldn't make career decisions just because some guy on a camera told you to do something. And I'm including myself in it. I'm not exempt from this. But I kind of go on the path of you wanting to think for yourself, not based off of just some opinion that some guy on the internet told you to do. So watch his videos, his script writing, the VFX, the graphics, his camera presence, all of it's good. The editing, all of it is banger. And he's one of those content creators that do deserve millions of subscribers. He's already on his way to his first million, and I wish him millions more. Because as I said, I do respect the guy. So Varun, if you are watching this video or any one of your team is watching this video, and if you feel like some of the criticisms was unfair or unjust, my Twitter DM, my Instagram DM, my LinkedIn DM, all of it is open to you, open to everybody. Just hit me with a DM and we can talk things through. Please don't hit me with a legal notice or a copyright strike. Please don't. So all in all, that's all I had to say, and see you in the next one. Thank you.